Right guys, welcome back to Fog Racing, and it is Ferrari's Charles Leclerc who claimed his first win today at the Belgian Grand Prix when he came home in first place at the Spa, with Lewis Hamilton in second and Valtteri Bottas in third with the last podium position. So the Mercedes did try and push Leclerc here as far as they could. Hamilton actually made a late attack on Leclerc to try and get the win away from him, but Charles managed to hang on. As for his teammate Vettel, started the race in second, was never really in contention. It was somewhat on a different strategy. He pitted that early, and he just never had the pace of his teammates or the Mercedes. And I think all this talk about Vettel being back after two decent results in the previous races before the summer break, albeit yeah, he got a second and third place, but I mean, let's be honest. I mean, he got into those positions by other people making errors and having bad races, not by him doing anything spectacular. Lando Norris was doing very well in fifth place. Unfortunately, the car gave up on the last lap. Perez stole that position for him, and new Red Bull boy Albon managed to come home and claim a sixth place finish after starting last on the grid.
He
Anyway,
finished.
before we
He
get
not. Albon finished fifth. All right, big man. Norris didn't finish in the points. That's what I'm saying. Norris didn't. He finished 11th. That's up to the lap car. So Albon
I know
finished
he
fifth.
didn't, but Perez got fifth.
No, he didn't. Albon overtook him in the last lap.
Actually, he did on the grass. I remember that.
Bloody
Right, guys,
mongoloid,
fucking
man. Then it was
I'm
Perez.
shut up and
P7 was Kvyat, P8 was Hulkenberg, P9 was Gasly, the guy that said he drove a great race even though the only reason he got
Wait,
points
hold
was the
on,
two
yeah.
retirements on the last lap, and
So
P10
he was at,
what?
he's bragging about P9 and he still got beat by his teammate.
Who started 19th. I can't remember where
So
Gasly
wait,
started. It probably wasn't much higher than
but
19th.
wait,
Like,
Kvyat was like legit. If he finished seventh, he would have had legit eighth. He would have been in front of Giovinazzi.
yeah.
So that retirement didn't affect him. Look, the way you're marking out, I thought maybe Kvyat did pish, and Gasly's like, yo mate, I'm the new man at Toro Rosso. So Gasly got beat by
Oh yeah,
Kvyat.
he is the new man at Toro Rosso.
What do you make of Giovinazzi running in 8th place last lap? I think would have been the second time he scored points. Would have helped Alfa Romeo 4 points since Kimi had a bad race and the guy fucking blew it on the last lap. What do you think of him?
Well, I mean, there was no reason to be pushing. He couldn't catch anyone. I mean, I think gap was 10 seconds to whoever was up next. So what was the need? There was no need to push. I think Kvyat was up next, like, so what was the point?
To me, that's his seat gone for next year. Even though I think it was in jeopardy.
Nah.
Like,
I mean,
I think that last that's 4 points. He's just chucked in the drain. That would have that would have quadrupled his points tally. What? No, wait, he's on 1 point. So I mean, I would have put on 5. I would have. What do you call it when
it's not even that.
5?
It's Kimi
Okay.
obviously took out at turn 1, damaged his floor, so I mean, the car was fucked. So that they were relying on him.
He
Kimi's
still
usually the
beats
man. Yeah, there you go, exactly. That sums up. That's the top 10. The rest, Williams were pish.
Nobody cares about the rest, do they?
No one cares. But no one cares,
Right,
man.
so let's go through the race. Leclerc got off to a good start off the line. I thought,
Yep.
if I was rewatching old races, especially 2018 season and the 2017 season, the Ferrari seemed slow off the line compared to the Mercedes. Again, Vettel got a poor start here. Hamilton had him into turn 1, kind of forced him off. I mean, see when it comes wheel to wheel racing between Hamilton and Vettel, there's only going to be one winner.
Hamilton.
So
And then the Ferrari engine, man, up the bloody Rouge.
up Bel Rouge, you know.
He had no chance.
Vettel
But behind.
But what I did see when I first seen that, I actually thought that was Leclerc's. I'm not saying he couldn't have won the race if Vettel didn't get him back, but I thought that was the difference between him winning and not winning. If Vettel could hold on to second place,
Yeah.
I thought Leclerc would be faster than Vettel than he would be Hamilton,
Well,
and that
definitely.
did appear to be the case because
Vettel was the cork in the bottle.
yeah. So I mean. Vettel sort of played like a kind of backup driver role. Not like I say, not saying
What his
Leclerc couldn't
pace
have won.
deserves, like.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying Vettel couldn't have won. I'm not saying Leclerc couldn't have won if Vettel wasn't there, but
It
I
just would have
think
been a lot
Vettel
harder,
definitely
though.
helped. He definitely helped Leclerc's, chances because he was slower than both Mercedes, but due to obviously, the Ferrari straight line advantage, the Mercedes just couldn't overtake him in the first stint.
Like,
So
they were slower, but it was more tire wear than pace. It was, you know what I
right,
mean?
so regardless, after that, Vettel slotted into
Well,
P2. I
who do we
think
think's at
Bottas.
who do we think's at fault for the turn one?
Max.
Nah, it is, isn't it? Like this.
I mean, he's went for a gap where there's
No,
just
no,
not.
no, it was. I've got a pish start, and if I get held up behind these jabronis, I'm never going to be able to stay with the top four. He had to go for it.
I
Hit
mean,
Kimmy,
it's something you do in the
Constantina.
F1 game. I didn't
Yeah,
expect him to do it in real life.
not Kimmy's fault, and then Max hit the wall. Could have been another big incident up at Eau Rouge, considering he couldn't steer, but thankfully it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I think it was almost Kimmy hit again, or maybe been Giovinazzi
I
because he's pissed
No,
and
I think it was
starts that
Kimmy.
far back. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh.
I feel
Oh,
bad for
that's a
Kimmy.
true
Kimmy
point.
actually had a good qualifying.
I know. Shaft it.
And his race was
Still beat
practically
Giovinazzi though,
over.
so I mean, not too much to cry about. Like,
To be
safety
honest, I
car
didn't
was
really
out
see
for
much
ages,
else.
actually.
The beginning, it was really hard to tell. It was hard to make out what happened apart from the top two teams. It
Well,
was so congested.
Haas were sixth and seventh, and then look where they finished. That see that race pace? That's pish. Fucking useless. Like,
That's what Hulkenberg's got to look forward to next season, driving that.
well, it's better than fucking Neymar, like, isn't it? Big man.
Whereas you might see Grosjean doing in the NI Job Centre. Alright, so obviously the incident with Verstappen brought out the safety car. It lasted for 3 or 4 laps. It came in, and again Leclerc straight away. He got a great start. I thought, nah man, Vettel's going to try and get in his slipstream, try and get him on the straight. But nah, I mean, Leclerc after turn one was practically gone, and it
Yep.
was Vettel once again. Trying to fend off Hamilton. He actually locked his wheel going up, coming out of turn one or going into turn one. And I thought Hamilton was going to have him. But coming out of El Rouge, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was just the pace of the Ferrari engine or whether Hamilton lost it a bit. But it was actually Bottas attacking Lewis, believe it or not. Yes, Bottas grew a set. Fucking grew a set of nuts. And, well, I say he attacked Lewis. He didn't really. He got in his slipstream, kind of pulled to the side, and then that was it, really, just waved Lewis through. And that was pretty much, that was the only Bottas Lewis shit you seen in this
No,
race.
like what did Bottas do this race? I mean, that's it. That's literally the end of Bottas.
Basically,
like.
what I said. That's what I mean. That's what he did. that was his Bottas's.
I mean, I'm not being funny. I mean, I know the guy has he's got pace, but see his race, everything, but he's just shit. I mean, I don't think how many drivers on the grid that would do a worse job than him. Honestly, like.
I think you'd be surprised.
What, by how many?
Mm-hmm.
I know, but I'm not talking about.
I think
I'm
maybe you
not.
underestimate Rosberg. Rosberg
I mean,
was very good.
No, right. I'm
You know?
not denying Bottas's pace, but his ability to his racecraft shit. You know what I mean? Like the guy's had one battle with Hamilton in near 3 seasons, and that was at Silverstone, which fair play to me, overtook him. But let's be real, Hamilton did not go hard on him. See, if this was Rosberg, that would not have fucking happened. They re-overtake, so.
And do you think it could have something to do with he's just grateful he's re-signed for Mercedes and he doesn't want to attack Lewis?
He still
think.
thinks the title buddy battle's still on, so I don't think so. Like.
Yeah, but maybe he's thinking, if I'm a good teammate here, I might get kept on. Whereas if I'm giving Lewis problems and attacking Lewis and having the
But that's just
Lewis,
a continuous loop at Mr. Yes Man's second wingman, you know what I mean? Like, second driver. When's he actually going to be like, right, next season I'm going to do it? Realistically, he's still got a chance of this title. Realistically. But he's not. Well, not realistically,
Yeah,
mathematically,
maybe
obviously.
Could he be thinking the long game? Could he be thinking here, if I just keep this seat until Lewis goes?
Tell you
But
one
even
thing,
then,
I don't think
if
that
Mercedes,
logic works.
if Lewis goes and Mercedes are still at a top running team, I think they bring in someone better to be the number one driver. And
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd fancy Bottas's chances of beating Verstappen.
Put it this way: see
Or even a Ricardo.
If Hamilton wasn't at Mercedes this year, I don't think Bottas would win the title. Like, I don't think he would. Like, I know you argue, yes, he'd get more wins because Hamilton ain't there and more like poles, but he's just
So was everyone else.
there's so many off races he has, and it's just a case of he just doesn't have
I mean,
that killer instinct
when
to
he's on it,
overtake
he's
people.
good.
But he's rarely on it, and that is
I mean,
Big Bottas's problem.
see,
No,
being on it, 4 races a season, you know what I mean? It's just not going to cut it. He had a great chance in Germany to take. Back then, the points it was only like 37.
and he bottled it like he completely utterly
But
stuck it in the wall, man.
you know, due to Germany and then Hungary,
Like,
so it is what it is, guys. Throughout the race, Albon, did some good overtakes on his way to the front of the field. So fair play to him. Vettel was asked to, after the first round of pit stops, he was actually leading the race, but it was just due to the fact that he pitted that early. Obviously, he did advantage of setting quick times on fresh rubber. And even
I
had
initially
track
thought
position.
Ferrari were shafting Leclerc there, because I thought Vettel would make
Uh,
it to the end without problem, but then they ran into a bit of an issue. Like,
So, I mean, that's what it is. Vettel was technically leading, but he was never really leading. He had never won that race. Even if they'd never said to him, "Yo, don't allow Leclerc past it," he would have got overtaken. Simple as that. I mean, Leclerc proved all weekend he was far superior to him. I mean, much fresher tyres.
I mean, 7
Vettel
tenths in
wouldn't have had a
qualifying.
chance.
It was more or less 8, like 8 tenths to your teammate, and Vettel didn't even make a mistake. 8 tenths.
You know
Where
what I mean?
did you find 8 tenths?
That's hard to do. I mean, that's what I mean. 8 tenths. That's
Put
not
it
a
this
walk in
way,
the
right?
park. Like,
I'm not having a go at Kimi, but say Kimi was still there. Say Kimi might have got pole, right? But I think Leclerc underlined the advantage that Ferrari had in straight line speed. But with Vettel, it looked like it was neck and neck with Merc.
well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
So if Leclerc was in the car last year, 2017, could we be looking at a fucking world
would
champion?
Ferrari
Like,
be world champions? We might need to make a video on that, guys. I think we will. I think we'll make a
see,
video.
see
I think
every
we'll make us a
time,
video over the last few years and
see every
see if-
time the Ferrari's on it, or like Leclerc actually, like I mean, I know he's had the odd qualifying session, right? There he's not been that, but see every time Leclerc's on it, he's always like 4. It's like it's a big gap to Vettel. Like it's not really like half a
Yep.
tenth, for example.
Well, now that we're playing, if he was in this car and if he wasn't in that car, see if Alonso wasn't in the 2012 Ferrari, at what stage of the season do you think Ferrari would have mathematically been out of the Drivers' Championship?
What was the second race?
Bahrain or something? Malaysia?
I mean, the
Wait,
legit could have been the summer break. Like,
Well, when was Massa out it? Fucking, couldn't it be that far after the summer break?
before they even lined up for the first race, but anyway.
What else happened in this race? What else happened?
They
Anything
did
interesting,
the
until
lap
last
19
lap, or-
applause. The lap 19 applause for Hubert. Do
Big Hubert.
you want to actually discuss what happened there, or just leave it?
Wait, is Hubert the guy? Was he the guy that crashed then got hit into, or was he the guy that hit the guy that initially crashed?
Right, see, no, right. So Alesi's son lost the back end for Eau Rouge, right? Hubert tried to dodge it, but lost the back end trying to dodge it. Hit see the right side at the top of the hill. Hit that tire barrier, and then Correa, the guy who hits Hubert, runs wide. No, I don't know why. Because there's no actual.
Yeah,
We'll never
that's what I
know.
want to know. Why was
He
he fucking going full speed off the track?
he must have been trying to avoid that Lacey guy, right? But that's the thing I don't get. You, you, surely they would have been aware, like on like the steering wheel, yellow flag. I mean, I know it happened really quick, but we've watched the Fed. Let's be. I mean, the speed he's hit him for the car to split in half. I mean, you have to hit someone at some speed for the car to split in half, and it does split in half. I mean, I'd like to see the
Like,
onboard, but we're not going to see the onboard,
see
which is a
F1
shame.
cars, like, or F2 cars, or whatever. I'm pretty sure they're designed. I mean, they're designed to crash into things at high speed, but they're not really designed to be crashed into.
No,
Do you know
because
what I
where
mean?
he's hit him is like essentially like this, like the he's hit him where like the back and the front of the car combine, and where the driver sits, which is literally the worst spot. Like, when do you actually see a nose hitting a car side on perfectly like that at that speed?
Never. It's unfortunate, man, and I hope the guy rests in peace. But it was nice that Charles Leclerc dedicated his win to him. But I mean, I only seen the highlights. So did anything else interesting happen?
No, it was more of a tactical game between Ferrari and Merc. You didn't really know what was going on. Then Vettel, obviously Leclerc was let past Vettel. Then Vettel did the team game and kind of held up Hamilton. But to be honest, was it not? Ferrari told him you need to defend second, as in like they told him you're not pitting again. So was Vettel really doing it for the team, or was he doing it for himself? Who knows? I think he could have done it for the team. I mean, we don't like the guy, but he might have been doing it for the team. But I don't think he was. Because Ferrari told him you're going to the end, which I thought was stupid. Like, I mean, once they knew Hamilton overtook him, he should have put it straight away. Why did they let him back up into Bottas? And then
I think he
just
did it
before
for the
you,
team. He's a team player, multi 21 and that.
exactly. I forgot about multi
Vettel loves
21.
that.
I
Vettel
know.
loves a little one too,
I know. And
as long
then
as he's won.
looks like Hamilton was going to get Leclerc, but the yellow flag at the end of the last lap helped with Giovinazzi crashing it. We've
I
already
tell you
discussed
what,
that, man. I don't know what he was doing. What?
if the Belgian Grand Prix was a 45 lap race, the last lap would have been interesting. And I think we'll leave it at that.
That's what Hamilton said. He said my lucky number's 44, but there was one more. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
could
but
have
I mean,
been.
if you look at how hard Leclerc defended his lead in Austria, I don't think it would have been easy for Hamilton to pass him.
I don't think he would have got him because see how hard it was for him to overtake Vettel. He had to be 3 tenths behind him in the turn one up the straight, and he was about 8. I don't think he would have got that close to Leclerc. You know what I mean? But maybe he could have, like, but I don't think he would have. You know what I mean? Because I think the straight line speed was too much. But anyway, that'll do it for the Belgian Grand Prix review. I would have liked an on-track battle between Leclerc and Hamilton, but at the same time, I wanted Leclerc to win, so fuck an on-track battle.
Could happen in Monza.
I think Ferrari's got
I think
that in the
Leclerc's got to
bag.
be favourite. I think Leclerc has got to be favourite for that.
Yeah, I think it'll be a case of damage limitations for Merc and Red Bull. Like they'll probably beat Vettel.
Will it be a 1-2?
I think Ferrari will be much better in because I think the reason why Merc were good here was because of the middle sector and it's a really long lap. If you think of Monza, it's literally just straights. I mean, there is a few corners, like, but not. I mean, Monza is like the most flat out track on the calendar, which means top speed, which means Alpha and Haas should be up there with Ferrari. Like, so I think I'm not. I think the gap in qualifying. I think the gap in qualifying could be about a second. But
I think
that's
Perez
right.
will do well.
Why are racing points so good on straight line speed circuits? I know I'm not saying the Mercedes engine's pish, but Merc aren't compared to. That's I think there's
Yeah,
proof
it's like,
Ferrari has a
like,
much better engine compared to the customer.
Yeah, because Racing Point with their Mercedes engine seem to do better than the other teams like Alpha and Haas with their Ferrari engines.
And then when you go back to like a normal track, it's kind of even. Well, no, Haas are shit, but Alpha and Racing Point.
Well, the Mercedes engine doesn't help Williams very much, does it?
Nah, fuck. Nothing helps them.
Nothing can help Williams. Fucking stick. Stick bloody. Oh, maybe Gasly. Maybe that's who they'll sign. He'll help them.
I'm an ass man.
We did it, guys. Ninth place. Right, anyway, that's
19th
it, man.
place, guys.
There'll be a preview up for Monza sometime this week. I mean, I think we're probably both going to say Leclerc, but it's just a matter of who we think's going to finish in the other
interesting
places.
to check the forecast. I mean, I got my predictions wrong predicting rain, but if it stays dry, I don't see anything past the Leclerc win. The guy's on form.
Well,
And hopefully he can have a
will
win
Red Bull
without
be the
time
third
to
best
rest.
team in Monza?
Aye. I think
I
so,
don't know.
but
I mean, I'm not going to say Racing Point. I'll say Perez, because I mean, in Perez's hands, it tracks with straight line speed. It's good, but in Lance Stroll's hands, it's kind of just
aye, mediocre.
midfield,
Pish.
mid-table, mediocre pish. But anyway, guys, that is it. Leclerc gets his first win. He cuts the gap to Lewis Hamilton in the championship by 7 points. Mathematically, he can still win the title.
My bet's
See if he
still
can cut the
on.
gap even more as we head into Monza. But that's it. Until next time. Well, hold on. I forgot to just say. I mean, that's Max is definitely the title race, isn't he? I mean,
Aye, yeah, I mean, you would need Hamilton to have a fucking couple of shit races. I think Monza could be that marks. I think Singapore's after Monza, which
it's a shame because
it'll
I
be
think
be Red Bull or Mark. Like it won't be Ferrari. So
yeah, I think there's a lot of tracks towards the end that suit the Red Bull. I think Singapore
Red
suits the
Bu-
Red Bull. I think
Red Bull are
Suzuka
definitely
suits the
better
Red Bull.
towards the end. Mexico suits the Red Bull.
So it'll be interesting, but nah, I mean, no, if it was all the way about, see if Verstappen had finished second, Hamilton had DNF, like, I mean, you could have been talking about the title revival, but nah, man, that is it. Title's over. I mean, Bottas is the only guy who's got a chance, and I mean,
That's no chance. So until
exactly.
then,
So, till next time.
peace.